Good morning, gentlemen. It's so exciting to be talking to you guys today, and especially for such a terrific new movie. I saw it last week and absolutely loved it. So
Thank you. And we both have pretty exciting backgrounds right now.
I try to keep it interesting. I
You
try.
kept it kind of Matrix adjacent. I like it.
Matrix adjacent. I love that. I love that. So, one thing that I really loved about the movie is that it's so inventive and it speaks to our times in so many like metaphorical ways. This is why Lana is great. Incidentally, it's why I love all her movies. I'm wondering when you first got involved, how much were you actually informed about your characters because of the degree of secrecy around this? Neil, I'll start with you.
I was asked to talk with Lana in a FaceTime situation to just see how we gelled
Yeah.
for a project that they weren't talking about. So I made the assumption that it might be a new Matrix, but there had not even been an announcement of the new Matrix thing
Yeah.
happening. So I didn't know if it was for a Sense 8, Netflixy thing, which would have been super horny and cool. And so I just talked with her as a person, and then she filled me in on sort of why she was talking with me and what she was looking for. And then I was sent the full script, so I did get to read it and see what it was about. And it's a lot more than just an action film.
Yes.
And she was very clear with me when we were speaking that she had no interest in just making another movie, that some personal things had happened in her life as a catalyst for resurrections as a theme.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the impetus for it all. And I applauded that. It made it feel like she had skin in the game.
That's fantastic. Jonathan, what about you? And let the record show, by the way, you have to channel, we can't give it away in this interview what exactly you're doing in this film, but you had to channel several personalities from the earlier movies. I mean, what did she tell you? How do you even go about approaching a part like that?
When she asked me to be in the movie, I was in a state of shock. I couldn't believe it. And I couldn't understand why she was inviting me specifically to play this part. And then I understood as we started our rehearsal and our training that she was looking to pay homage to certain things from the past, but also bring some new blood and some new energy to certain elements from before. And then the other huge part for me was the fight training,
Oh, for
finding
sure.
like the character through the certain movements, some specific things from before, some new things, and so that was also a huge element of it as well.
Same, lots of fighting for me too. Same answer.
I want to talk a little bit more about your stunt training for both of you in a second, but first, Neil, you play the analyst in this movie. I think that's all we ever identify him as. You have this scene of incredible action and exposition about midway through the movie, and it's really, really substantial stuff that the audience needs to get in order to understand where the movie's going. I'm wondering when you as an actor are faced with something that's very expository like that, where it's not always a clear objective what you're doing, how do you keep that interesting? How do you keep it engaged for the audience?
I was in medium grade panic, like in my head about it, because I want to execute well when I'm doing stuff. That's our jobs. And this was, not to give away much, but it was a one-sided situation. And so I really also was limited in my scene partners. And so I was just going and committing to a thing. It's a very weird answer without exposing too much stuff, because also in the world of the Matrix, especially as not someone who has been in them before, I wasn't sure what Lana wanted. She wanted authentic me. But
Yeah.
there's versions of me that I could be monotone, Matrix, say my lines as you would expect them to be in this kind of movie. I could do them as general, nice, affable me, or I could do them in a very aggressive, angry me. And I was just doing what I hoped was right. It was a very cataclysmic day for me, and it was fun. It was challenging. I like me some bucket list things, but that was one for the. I went home and poured myself a stiff couple fingers. I won't lie.
You got away with it, so that's the good that's the good news, I would say. You know, look, one thing that I thought was just so amazing and beautiful about this movie is that it's just teeming with queerness on so many different levels, in terms of the cast, in terms of the themes, in terms of the characters. We could go on and on about that. And I don't want this to turn into some tired question about representation, because I think we all know at this point it's a good thing. I'm more interested in, for you guys, what does that gratitude feel like? What does it mean to you to be able to wake up and say, I am in one of the queerest movies of all time. It's a psycho budget sci-fi thriller, and I get to play one of the leading parts in it. Jonathan, tell me.
I'm feeling emotional.
Oh God.
Gay tears. Wow, yeah, I didn't really think about that till you just said that. It was so amazing to see a trans woman on a set with it that's normally like a very straight dude environment, like when I think of a movie set. And to see her like at the center of it, and to see how much everybody worships her and does whatever she wants because she's a genius. Like it's all trickled down. So like whoever the director is, that energy will articulate itself in the culture of the set, in the movie itself. And because Lana is who she is, and because, I mean, Sense8 is the gayest thing I've ever, the queerest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's incredible. And she just like organically, she's not trying to, it's just, she's just being who she is. And her being who she is at the center of this giant action movie creates this fabric of what you're talking about. And I just feel, we all feel so like lucky to be in that world.
And hearing this, I mean, we speak a lot about her, about how there's not a lot of rehearsal and how everything's kind of malleable, but I think it's a fluidity. There's a fluidity to the way that she exists as a person that trickles down through everything. So the crew isn't just defined by their job, like a guy who normally sets lights is running to grab props, and actors who normally are supposed to have the day off are like rushing to set because things have changed. And I think that speaks to Lana's aesthetic, like who she is. There's a fluidity to her existence that is so remarkable and great to be a part of. And she leads the most amazing army, and I'm so happy to be marching aside her.
That is absolutely beautiful. And that the fluidity, I think, is the essence of what The Matrix is all about.
Totally.
Guys, thank you so much. Hopefully I'll see you in the next movie. Maybe, yes, no, options.
Frost.
Sure.
All right, thanks guys.